All right, good morning. I'm Lieutenant Ray Spencer. I'm the homicide lieutenant with the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. I'm out here this morning to brief you on a homicide investigation that we are conducting in the 3600 block of Villa Knolls East, which is a residential neighborhood in the area of Tropicana and Pecos. I swear that the details that I have right now are very preliminary. However, at around 4:15 this morning, officers responded on report of a male who was shot at the apartment directly behind me. When medical personnel and police arrived, that male was pronounced deceased on scene. What we have learned is that there is a woman who lives at the house who had got off of work this morning. She received a ride home from an associate of hers. When she arrived home, she asked that friend of hers to escort her to the front of her house because she was fearful, because there was a prior co-worker that she had worked with that had been coming around the house. We're still trying to figure out what the relationship is between her and that prior co-worker. The friend of hers walked her to the front door, and when they were walking to the front door, they noticed the male, who's a white male who's 19 years of age. I'll refer to him as the deceased. That male, the deceased male, was walking towards them in a quick manner. The friend and the female ran into the house and locked the door. The deceased male came up to the door and fired a round through the door, which caused the friend of hers to shoot back, striking and killing the male at the front door. That male then called 911 to report the incident. So at this point, it's still early on in the investigation. We are still trying to determine, speak with witnesses who live in the area, and there's also video surveillance that we're reviewing. So with that, I will take a couple questions, but it's still very early.
So the man who was shot to death is the male who approached and then he called 911 and passed away?
No, let me just clarify that. So the friend who was with the woman as they're walking to the door, they noticed a man who walking quickly towards them. That man who was walking quickly towards them is the deceased. Apparently, what we're gathering is he was either waiting in the area or just happened to be in the area when the two of them got home to the front door. So when they noticed him, they went inside, locked the door. And that is when the 19-year-old came up, tried to get into the house, and shot one round, at least one round, into the residence. That caused the friend of the woman to shoot back outside, striking and killing him.
Is the person who fired the fatal shot a female?
No, the two people who shot are both males. So the male who shot the deceased, he's a male who's a friend of the woman who lives at the house.
The 19-year-old who approached, is that the former co-worker, do you know?
That is the former co-worker. Now, we don't know exactly the relationship. We're speaking with her now. What we've learned is that there was a prior working relationship, but something had caused her to be fearful that he was coming around to the apartment.